Welcome to the Gate Inn. It's been hard to find any history on the pub apart from it originally closed in 2008. It was bought by a couple of locals who spent about £100,000 renovating the property, and it closed again about 2011 and hasn't been opened since. Speaking to locals, most say they miss the old pub and that the last owners ruined it by turning it from a friendly local into a restaurant, and that may be the reason it closed, due to lack of customers. The property last sold for £175,000 in 2012 to Mr. Rupali Sudhir Dutt and Mr. Neil Patel. Apparently both gentlemen have been approached on several occasions with offers to buy the property, but they have been refused on every occasion. The two gentlemen submitted plans to turn the pub into an Indian restaurant, but these plans were refused. I was told also that the community gained an asset of community order, which means the building could only reopen as a pub and not be turned into anything else, including a residential property, but this may have lapsed by now. The history I have found on the building comes from old maps and the census records. The earliest census I found it on comes from 1841, but I am confident the building predates that and was no doubt a coaching inn on a once busy thoroughfare. So let's have a look back at its previous occupiers. In 1841, Samuel Lockley is listed as publican. He is aged 55 and his wife Mary is also 55. 10 years later, in 1851, and we have Thomas Davis running the inn. He is aged 27 and he is listed as a farmer publican. He is married and his wife is named Mary Ann and she is 28 years old. Also living with them is Mary Lockley. She is aged 79. She is listed as grandmother-in-law and a retired publican's widow. Is this the same Mary as on the 1841 census? As the age is quite different, could she be Samuel Lockley's mother? Also living with Thomas and Mary Ann Davis is Edward Proudley, who is 61, married and an agricultural labourer. 10 years later, in 1861, and Thomas and Mary Ann Davis are still at the gate. Thomas is down as age 35 and Mary Ann as 38. They have 4 children: Thomas age 7, Benjamin age 2, Amelia age 9 and Mary age 4. All the children apart from Benjamin are listed as scholars. There's also a Jane Farr who is 18 and she is a general servant. Moving on to 1871, and we still have Thomas and Mary Ann, and they are now 45 and 46. They still have 4 children living with them: Thomas C, who is 16 and he is a clerk, Rose M, who was down as Mary on the 1861 census, she is 14, Samuel J, who is 9, and William H, who is age 7. They are all listed as scholars. There is no sign of Benjamin or Amelia. In 1881, Thomas Davis is still at the inn. He is now 54 and he is listed as a carpenter stroke publican. He is also listed as a widower, so Mary Ann was aged between 46 and 56 when she died. 2 of his children are with him: William H, who is 17 and an inn servant, and Rose Mary, who is 23 and a housekeeper. 10 years later, in 1891, and Thomas Davis is now 60 and an innkeeper stroke carpenter. His sister Eliza Davis is living with him. She is 54 and listed as a housekeeper. There is also a John Vaughan Breeze. He is down as a relative, aged 12 and a scholar. Thomas Davis is still at the gate in 1901. He is now aged 72. There is a Mary A. Davis here. She is aged 44 and she is listed as daughter-in-law and a domestic housekeeper. Her 3 children are listed and they are Clement T. Davis, aged 12, John, aged 6 and Samuel, aged 3. By 1911, Thomas Davis is no longer at the pub, presumably passed away. He spent at least 6 decades running the pub with various members of his family. We now have John Speed as innkeeper and he is aged 46. He has a wife named Annie and she is 44. They have one daughter called Muriel and she is 6, and a domestic servant named Olive Guy, and she is 16. 10 years later, in 1921, a Mary Speed, aged 52, is the innkeeper. She must be the widow of John Speed, and she has her daughter with her, who is called Muriel, and she is now aged 16. They have one domestic servant with them. She is aged 16, and she is named Gertrude Owen. The pub is also listed on the 1939 register, and we have a Martha Edwards as licensee. She is aged 65, and she is a widow. She has a Gwendolyn M. Reeves with her, and she is a 16-year-old general domestic help. Claire Law kindly commented on Facebook and said her parents-in-law, John and Kath, ran the pub for many years up to about 2008. Apparently they used to hold cycling club nights, which Kath used to love. It was also a good walkers' pub, and people used to stop here for a pint on their way to various destinations. Serving good food and run by people who love their community, it must have been a welcoming place. But now it stands empty and neglected, an eyesore on the side of the road. With purchase offers being refused by the current owners, it seems they are waiting for their planning permission to be finally approved. We are inside the Gate pub at Bratton, near Telford. As you can see, it's pretty trashed inside, but we'll have a look round. Just in the bar at the moment. It's pretty dark in here. There's a big old fireplace there. It's a big bar area. There's doors over there that would have led out to the beer garden, probably. Some doors there. Don't know if that opens or goes anywhere. Shit. Yeah, it does. There's a fire exit. We'll have a look through there in a minute. There's another door here. Could be the toilets, I suppose. Mind the step. Where does this go? Is it not open? Oh, it's just toilets, I think. So I'll look behind the bar. No, actually, let's go through here where it says staff only. Back to the kitchen, as I presume. There's a cupboard in there. Oops. Let's see if we can go to normal vision. So I presume this was the kitchen area back here. We've got an upstairs as well. There's another big area back here. We've got another room back here. Oh, just gone round in a big circle. Let's go and have a look upstairs, shall we? Right, the upstairs is in pretty bad condition. People coming down, look. Jesus. Right, I've got a room round here. I think this was, it was a kitchen for the people living in the pub. Microwave there, look. Just a basic kitchen. Right, let's carry on down this landing. Let's see how bad the rooms are. State of the walls. Right. Got one bedroom here. God, it's a big bedroom. Huge. I say huge, it's really high. See all the mould there. There's gaps up in the ceiling. Another big room. Big, huge room. Down that landing looks pretty creepy. And then we've got some more rooms to the side here. There's nothing in them really. The mould coming through, so the roof is obviously compromised. Yeah, nothing in these rooms really. Got a cupboard there or something. And then there's a room here with massive mould. Oh, Jesus, look at that. Coming in. Yeah, so that's the upstairs. That's the pub, really. We'll go back down and just go in the cellar and show you the outside. So just got some, I don't know what's behind here. Some more rooms at the back of the pub. Oh my goodness, what's this room? Oh, disabled toilet. Disabled bathroom. Then down here, looks like more toilets. I think it's just another bathroom. Yeah, toilets. Right, so just behind the bar, there's not really much to see. It's quite a small bar, really. Yeah, not a very big bar. And then we go down into the cellar. So still got a load of barrels connected up.